Hi Stampers, welcome to Stampin' Gala. Today I have a really fun card for you that's created with the baby wipe technique, and I just love this technique, so I think you will too. Let me show you a few things you'll need to get started. First of all, we're using our Floral Phrases stamp set by Stampin' Up. I'm using this image right here, and just so you know, it comes with a matching framelit set that you can utilize for other projects. Let me show you it in the catalog. It's in our brand new catalog, and as you can see, it comes with this is a floral boutique suite, and it's just beautiful. So I will be doing another card with this suite that I think you'll really like, so stay tuned. In addition to the stamp set, you'll need just regular baby wipes. You'll need a paper plate, which I put one baby wipe on already. We'll need our re-inkers, and I'll tell you the colors in just a second. In addition to that, you'll need your card base. You'll need two Melon Mambo pieces, two Whisper White. You'll need a smaller Melon Mambo, a piece of DSP from our Pop of Pink Designer Series paper, and then two pieces, one Melon Mambo and one Whisper White for the panel. Okay, to get started, what we're going to do is we're going to take our re-inkers and you're going to create a stamp pad. This is called the baby wipe technique. I'm using Melon Mambo, and as you can see, the stamp is how the stamp is shaped. I'm going to try and make my stamp pad similar to that shape. This one is Melon Mambo, and we're just going to drop a few drops. Now just keep in mind that every one of these will come out differently. And when you create your stamp pad, you'll be able to create or use the stamp pad a few times before you'll have to either re-ink it or start completely over again. Now this one I'm using is Marina Mist. I used this technique in this card with my club members this month, and they really liked it. I got lots of good feedback on it. And I'm just kind of filling in the spaces here. This one happens to be Pool Party. Okay, now what I like to do is I like to stamp on a piece of scrap paper first, because you may or may not have enough ink on your pad here that you created. So let's ink this up and we'll stamp and see how it looks. I think it looks really pretty. So we'll go ahead and use this ink pad. Let me get this back out of the way. The only trouble is I like to clean the stamp in between each stamp, because you are inking it up and you're never going to put it down in the same place again. All right, so we'll bring in our piece here and we'll get started. Okay, so let's ink this up and we'll stamp. Try and get this straight. I'm stamping right in the middle. And be careful not to rock the stamp. There, it looks really pretty, I think. Okay, we're going to clean the stamp again. And I'll stamp off a second to get any excess off. We'll ink it up again. And this time we're going to move over to the right side. And remember not to rock your stamp. Okay, let's do it again. Clean it up. Stamp off. Okay, now we'll go to this side. And you'll notice that each card will be slightly different. Okay, so I got the panel done. Now I'm going to move on. I'll clean this up, and on the inside of my card, you'll see that I stamped that as well. So we'll bring in a piece of Whisper White. I use Very Vanilla quite often. Okay, so this time, this is going to be the inside of the card, so we'll just flip the stamp upside down. There you go. I think it turned out really nicely. And now that we have the ink pad still fresh, what I'm going to do is stamp on the envelope. It's always nice to have a coordinating envelope. Okay, so we're going to ink this up. and we'll stamp again. There you go. Okay, so we're done with the stamping, so I'll just move this out of the way and we're just going to put it together now. We'll bring back in our panel, and then we have a piece of Melon Mambo, and we're going to snail this together. I purposely made the ends, the length the same. Okay. Oops, hanging over just a tiny bit, so I'll trim that off. All right, we'll bring these two pieces in, and I will have these dimensions on my blog. I believe the DSP is 3 by 3 3/4. So then I cut the cardstock a half or an eighth of an inch larger. Okay, so we have that. Then what I did with one piece of Whisper White, I ran it through the Big Shot with the Petal Burst embossing folder off camera. So now I'm going to snail this together. And believe it or not, we're almost done with our card. Now, ladies, my blog is www.stampingala.com, and all the products I use are through Stampin' Up. So if you would like to purchase any of these products to create this card, please go to my website at stampingala.com and click on the Shop Now button, and it'll bring you right to my online store. So I just took the card base, and it's 5.5 by 8.5, and scored at 4 1/4. We're going to snail the first panel to the card. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, now this one, we're going to put some dimensionals behind it. Okay. You can also subscribe to my blog and my newsletter so you won't miss a thing. We'll put that down. Now we're going to add the panel right on here. But I'm going to trim this part off so it's not hanging over. Normally I would do this right on the trimmer, but since we're live, I'm going to do it with a pair of paper snips. I'm putting dimensionals behind here, and I'm only putting them on the ends because this already has dimensionals, and this will keep it at the same level. Okay. All right. We're going to put the inside together. Nail this down. Okay, and there's only two more things I have to do. One is to add a bow. I love bows on my projects, and I have about a 15-inch piece of ribbon. We're just going to tie this around my fingers. It ties a perfect bow every time. Trim off the excess. Now, you never want to cut your tails shorter than the bow itself. All right, we'll add a glue dot. Put this right here, and we're just going to do one last thing with our Wink of Stella. All right, we're going to add some shimmer on here. But a little tip on your Wink of Stella, when you purchase these, it'll have a black ring there. You need to undo this, take the ring off, and then put it back on. All right, and then just give it one push. Now what I'm going to do is just add some shimmer on some of these, and it just looks really, really pretty. Gives it a nice little shimmer without glitter. I'll bring my other one in, and you'll see that each one is slightly different. Okay, I think we're just about done, and you can see the difference. So again, if you like this video, please subscribe to my blog at www.stampingala.com. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.